First Federal program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
It is indeed Friday morning and a little chilly to start the day, but overall it's a beautiful morning, and we've got everybody from the First Fed office here. I shouldn't say everybody because there's only two of you. We got Todd Van Sickle and Tanner Lee joining us along with our guests later on in the show. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Moose. Thank you for welcoming me today. It's great to be here. Of course, we have Tanner Lee here today, kind of coordinating things, running the things, and getting our sports. And our special guest today is Brian Johnson, Fulton County Community Foundation Development Director, and we'll be talking to Brian in a few minutes about some activities that are going on at the foundation. Listening to your weather forecast on the way here this morning, Moose, you've really arranged a great weekend for us.
I tried. I figured, you know what, we got snow yesterday. We're going to start the morning out chilly today, but we needed that spring weather.
Yesterday, April 1st appropriate, I woke up and saw snow on the ground. I thought, this is April Fool's Day, right?
Yeah.
Am I dreaming?
Yeah, I told my wife that there was snow on the van. She went, you're funny. And then she walked outside and went, oh.
Then I went to go to work and realized there's snow in the car and I need to warm it up and scrape the windows. So nature played a really good April Fool's joke on us. And
yes.
But you've changed that now. The sun's rising pretty soon. We're going to have great weather this weekend.
Yeah.
Today's Good Friday, Easter weekend. Be a good day on Sunday for those Easter egg hunts.
Yes, it will.
So everybody get out and enjoy that. Have a happy Easter weekend. News lead story is Indiana opened the vaccination eligibility to age 16 and above on Wednesday. Listened to the governor's press conference earlier this morning, and it's interesting that 21,000 people signed up for that in the first 30 minutes. And by noon, they had another 100,000 people.
Wow.
So that's pretty good success going with the 16 and above eligibility.
Yeah.
Also in that news conference they talked about there's 2.8 million people have been vaccinated, at least their first vaccination, and 1.1 million people have been fully vaccinated. And if you're eligible based on the age, 21% of the Indiana population now is vaccinated. So that's good news too.
Yes, it is.
So as they keep going up, the county status is there's still 53 counties in blue, which is good. The state has several mass vaccination sites, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There's still availability for that. And next Wednesday, I heard that in Gary they're opening a mass vaccination site for 8 weeks. They'll do 2,000 shots a day. The interesting thing about the vaccination, what they said in the governor's press conference, is that 88% of the population is within 5 minutes of a vaccination site.
Really?
88,
wow.
So that's really good. So if people aren't vaccinated out there, I encourage you to get your vaccination to help us get past this COVID event and move on to maybe a normal life this summer.
Yes.
So that's the news we have. Trivia today. It's a really tough one, Paul. I mean,
okay.
I really had no idea when I first looked at this. The more I thought about it, it got easier. March Madness NCAA tournament time.
Okay.
Which school has the most NCAA tournament appearances without ever making a Final Four?
Oof.
A, Tennessee, B, Missouri, C, Brigham Young, D, Alabama.
Okay.
That's a tough one. So
it is, especially when I'm not a basketball fan.
I think Tanner has it out for you.
I might.
This has been too easy for me, you know. So, Tanner, I want to talk about sports for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. Locally, we have a lot of spring sports that have started. I know Rochester hasn't started any of their games or matches or competitions due to spring break. But Tippecanoe Valley started, Caston started, a couple of the other area local schools. Basically, too many games going on for me to go over this morning. But
we'd spend the whole show talking about the upcoming events.
Exactly. But one thing I did want to note is congratulations to RHS's Bailey Navarro for finishing in the top 8 in the state in bowling.
Yeah,
congratulations to her. The girls' team made it to semi-state. Didn't quite make it to state, but she made it to state and then finished in the top 8. So heck of a season for the team and her individually.
Yes.
So congratulations. Nationally, like Todd said during the trivia, question, the Final Four is tomorrow's Final Four weekend, so we're winding down. We'll have a new national champion by Monday night, which is wild to think we're finally getting towards the finish line of the college basketball season.
Yeah.
Baylor's going to play Houston, so interstate matchup in the state of Texas there. Baylor's a 5-point favorite. And Gonzaga's going to play UCLA, kind of the underdog story, even though UCLA has more national championships than anybody in NCAA history. They're the underdog in this case, as they were in the play-in game against Michigan State as 11th seed, and now they find themselves cleared in the Final Four. But Gonzaga's a 14-point favorite. I didn't look this up, but that's got to be towards the top of the biggest spread in Final Four history.
I have not watched them very much, but I watched some of the game the other night against USC, and they look really good. They
are good. I would be surprised if any of these three teams knocked them off, but crazier things have happened. They look out on a mission to become the latest undefeated team since the '76 Indiana Hoosiers. So they're just tough. They shoot the ball well. I think their lowest shooting percentage in the last it's something staggering. Like 50 games is 49%.
Yeah, and
wow.
And how they hold other teams, their defense is really good too, to less than what they typically shoot too.
I don't know a formula to beat them. I mean, they have a few really good players that are going to be lottery picks, and then they play well as a team. And their coach is one of the most elite coaches in college basketball. So, but it should be a fun weekend.
So, could he be moving on maybe to that North Carolina job that's open?
Yeah, North Carolina job came open yesterday. Roy Williams finally decided he's had enough. He's going to hang them up at the age of 70. Well-accomplished coach at Kansas and North Carolina and a few other stops before then. That's viewed as, by a lot of people, as the best college basketball job when it comes to resources and talent you can get and history and everything. We'll see. Maybe they promote within. Hubert Davis is one of their assistant coaches. He left his College Game Day gig on ESPN years ago to be assistant coach there. Maybe they go outside the family and make it a big splash. So it'll be interesting. I know the AD yesterday said he wants to make this pretty quick process, and they're not hiring a coaching search firm. So.
And speaking of coaching changes,
yes, big one in the state of Indiana.
Well, actually, I'll give you credit. There's two potentially going on. The Purdue women's program's in transition too.
Yeah, Sharon Versep's coming on her last year of her contract next year. They're going to let her go through that year, but they're have a replacement in the wings in Katie Gerald. She used to be a legendary Purdue player, and then she played in the WNBA.
Yeah, played at Perry Meridian and
yep.
State championship or state finalist.
Yep.
And that's a great tradition that Purdue has about promoting within and keeping the continuance of the programs.
Yeah, it's worked well for the men's basketball program. Didn't work so well when they tried it in football, but they do like to try this every now and then. So I like the idea. And then,
so I gave you your due.
Yes,
I give you a little Purdue time.
Now
we got the Indiana time, and we'll do the rest of the show about Indiana basketball. Okay, Bruce?
I'm fine with that.
Mike Woodson, new head coach of the Hoosiers, legendary Hoosier player, ex-NBA coach for the Atlanta Hawks and New York Knicks. What are your thoughts as an alum?
Well, I saw him play at IU while I was there. They still had the peach baskets in, but no, he played he graduated in '80. First, I wasn't sure, but the more I think about it, who has more coaching experience than Mike Woodson?
Sure.
I mean, 25 years in the NBA. He played about 10 years in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
NBA has the best athletes in the world.
Absolutely.
And I heard somebody say there's more coaching that's going on in an NBA game than like 3 college games, which he's a good X and O's person.
Mm-hmm.
He's from the family, basically, the IU family. Seems like it's a really good hire now. He's probably, if you think about all the coaches that were out there, probably the best person that knows what Indiana has been and what it can be and what it should be. So,
and they're trying something they haven't tried since Bob Knight was fired. They were always hiring outside the family. Well, besides Mike Davis, who was an assistant on that staff. But besides that, they were always trying to go for somebody who's had prior success in the college ranks. So they're trying something different.
That's
see
good.
how it pans out.
So, speaking of Indiana basketball, the women were in the Elite Eight. The women's Final Four is tonight with Louisville and Stanford, and then Connecticut and
Arizona.
Yeah. So that happens tonight. So it is Final Four weekend.
Yep. It's a fun time to be a college basketball fan, that's for sure. And then Chris Beard, one last coaching change. He left Texas Tech for Texas yesterday. So
That's kind of strange. That's like somebody from Indiana going to Purdue or something like that.
it's in conference.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a little maybe uncomfortable when he plays them twice a year, but money talks. And the crazy thing is the athletic director from Texas Tech said he had conversations with Chris Beard in the past about a lifetime contract, and they didn't even get a chance to counter Texas's offer. He just took it.
Well, Texas is one of the big money programs, like one or two in the nation as far as
for everything.
they're very well heeled as far as athletic programs and don't mind spending a dollar here and there.
Nope. So we'll see how that works out for him. But the coaching dominoes are starting to fall. And then MLB baseball is underway. It was nice to see fans in the stands yesterday.
Yeah.
A lot of the stadiums, well, I think every stadium actually had a percentage of fans. I think the most yesterday was Colorado Rockies at 21,000.
And Texas is doing, I noticed, a full capacity.
Yes, they're on the road right now at Kansas City.
So you're a Yankees fan, right?
I
How
am.
did you do yesterday?
Lost in 10 innings to the Blue Jays. I think all of our teams in this room lost yesterday.
Moose, what team?
Indians.
Indians, of course. The Browns, Indians.
They lost 3-2 to the Tigers.
Yeah.
Cubs lost 5-3 to the Pirates.
Brian, what's your team?
Cubs.
Cubs? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Cubs power.
And the White Sox lost 4-3 to the Angels. I think the only big local fan base, the Cardinals beat the Reds 11-6. So
Yeah.
everybody's off to a bad start.
The good thing is, hopefully it's a 162-game season, right? Are they doing 162 games this year?
Yep.
Okay.
They're
They
full
are.
goal. So
Even though I saw the Nationals and somebody was postponed yesterday.
National Mets, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, 4 national players.
Mets got to wait to debut their $341 million contract, man.
Yeah.
They're still undefeated, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got some tidbits here real quick this morning. On this day in 1792, the U.S. Congress passed the Coinage Act to regulate the coins of the United States. The act authorized $10 eagles, $5 half eagles, $2.50 quarter eagle gold coins, silver dollars, quarters, dimes, and half dimes to be minted.
That seems pretty progressive for 1792. They
That's
said,
what I
we don't
thought.
even need pennies. We're going to go with the half dimes.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought.
I'm sitting there going, half dime. Well,
Yeah.
it's just a nickel.
Just don't take the wooden nickels.
Right.
On this day in 1978, the first episode of Dallas aired on CBS.
Ah.
Who killed JR? Does that bring back memories?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's about the only thing I know from that show.
Me too, don't worry.
So do you know the answer?
No,
I don't think I recall either. Do you, Brian?
I don't.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are too young.
we'll have to report back in the future on a future episode. On this date, 1985, the NCAA Rules Committee adopted the 45-second shot clock for men's basketball to begin in the 1986 season. To compare that today, it's now a 30-second shot clock. So,
You a big fan of the shot clock?
yeah,
Okay.
I think it's needed. I like the 30.
How about high school basketball? Does it need to be there?
I would love it to be there, but unfortunately, I think some of the smaller schools can't afford the shot clock
Yeah.
system.
Or have the players that can be that fast?
True,
Yeah.
but I've been to a few games within the last decade even that they do stall ball, and it's hard to watch it sometimes. They're just sitting there for 3 minutes
Yeah, I've seen
holding
that.
the ball. So,
There's some coaches in the state that are pretty famous for
Yep.
that.
yep. And today is National Ferret Day. It's also
Did you bring your ferret to work? Moose?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No.
National Walk to Work Day. A little chilly for that, but
Yeah, I
Could be
almost
worse.
walked until I walked outside and saw the frost on the van again, and I went,
it's Poet and a Cupcake Day. I don't know. World Autism Day. Love Your Produce Manager Day. Peanut Butter and Jelly Day. And Children's Book Day.
Children's Book Day is a good thing. I thought maybe you just missed a comma in the poet and the cupcake day. I might have to Google that later to see
Yeah, I
what
think
that
it's
is.
I think it's all in one day. And I didn't click on it to see what exactly the meaning was behind that. So,
sounds like me during the trading post my dad would go, well, why is it that day? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just what it said it was.
yep.
Yeah, love your produce manager thing. That's never really thought about that context when I go to the grocery store.
Either
But
have I.
I am thankful that produce managers are there restocking things.
Exactly. It's an
Yeah.
important job.
So thanks,
Hey,
Tanner.
you're welcome.
Upcoming events. The Rochester Rotary Club is holding their second annual fish fry on Friday, April 9th. It'll be next Friday from 4:30 to 7 p.m. at St. Joseph's Catholic Church Hall. It'll be drive-through only. Tickets are $10 in advance and $12 at the door. The proceeds will help support Nurses Scholarship Program, and tickets are available from any Rotary member. In some high school events, the RHS Rochester High School Triumph will be presenting Shrek the Musical on April 16th and 17th. Student tickets are $5, adult tickets are $8. Tickets will be sold online to ensure social distancing and capacity restrictions, and of course masks will be required.
Yeah, that's a good idea. At least, I'm excited that they get to put on
Yeah, it is.
a performance this year.
It's good that some people are getting back to some normal things,
Yes.
especially for students that can live kind of a normal life as part of the high school experience and doing all those kind of things. That's good news. Flowers I want to offer again to the healthcare workers and the volunteers at the vaccination clinics, and the people that are getting vaccinated too. That it really helps everybody out if people do get vaccinated, because it helps lessen the spread. State of Indiana, the positivity rate is upticked slightly to 3.7%, but still the hospitalizations are good numbers, and new admits are still at good numbers, even though up slightly. Money news. Crazy world in the Dow Jones environment now anymore.
Yes.
Over 33,000, up almost 200 points, 171. The 10-year Treasury fell to 5 basis points to about 1.69%. That's what some economists and people attribute to the stock market performance. Also, the S&P 500 on Thursday finished above the 4,000 milestone for the first time. So, stock market's good now. If you're in that, it's going up. What I like about the stock market too is the people that follow that, and the analysts always have these kind of interesting sayings they say about that. Several years ago, one of the Fed chairmen called the stock market irrational exuberance. I saw something yesterday as I was checking out what the Dow was at the end of the day. The person said it's increasingly euphoric sentiment is a key reason for the neutral outlook as a cyclical rebound, vaccine stimulus is largely priced into the market. So they create these things like nobody knows what they mean. So stock market's up because of increasingly euphoric sentiment.
Okay.
Brian, any idea what that means?
I don't know, but it feels good.
Well, hopefully the stock market being up is going to help the community foundation with, your director of development, leave more funds available for you, and your funds are performing well too. So that's the business news today. Other business news. Movies are coming back out.
Yes.
Godzilla vs. Kong.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
$9.6 million on opening night on Wednesday. That's probably smaller than what they used to be like when.
Oh, yeah.
But at least it's
something.
That's still a good number for, first one in theaters.
It was the best debut for any movie released during the pandemic.
See? There we go. I like that.
So will you see that?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
I love Godzilla flicks. Didn't care for the Matthew Broderick one.
Okay.
But that was just because it was just Godzilla. I like Godzilla versus
Something.
other monsters.
So I'm just trying to imagine, like, what world does Godzilla and Kong get together, In the movie environment, right?
Yes.
It's fantasy, right? So that's business news for today. First Federal Savings Bank is open today from 8:30 to 5. Tomorrow, 8:30 to noon. You can always bank with us online with our mobile app, which is free to download. Our ATM's open 24/7 if you need some cash. We're part of the MoneyPass network, so if you're out of town, look on our app or the moneypass.com website and find out if there's an ATM nearby. If you need cash, you can go there and not have a surcharge. Also, you can use your debit card pretty much at any retailer and get cash back if you need cash. So that's another advantage of our debit card. Our mortgage products. We offer mortgage products such as conventional loans, construction loans. Those are big now in the springtime. Now that spring has sprung, people are thinking about building. With the housing supply being limited, building sometimes is the best and only choice people are having now. And we offer great construction programs that can help out with that. Also, now that spring has sprung, if you're looking around the home as you're out cleaning up the yard and you notice something that you need on the house, it's a good time for home improvement loans. Our home equity line of credit, you can remodel your home, consolidate debts without refinancing your first mortgage. Draw and repayment terms can fit your budget. We have a no closing cost program, and you can access your funds through a home equity line of credit debit card. That's something that not a lot of banks offer, so you can take your debit card to go to Lowe's, to buy those windows to put in your house.
Yep.
The shingles or whatever you needed. Do you have any work like that planned, Moose?
Oh yeah. If you drive by my house now, well, it might not be there anymore, but there was a dumpster in my driveway. So.
It's that time of year. Everybody's doing that. Brian,
Yep.
you're probably doing some work around the home too. It's
Yeah, I
every
guess
spring. So if you're interested in a construction loan, home mortgage loan, home equity line of credit, stop by or call Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson. They can help you out in Rochester and Winamac, and we're more than happy to talk to you to see how we can work with you to meet your needs. Our checking accounts are still growing big. We basically use our depositors' money to make mortgage loans, so we're always looking for checking accounts. We have 2 great free checking account programs, one for consumers and one for small businesses. When you open a checking account, you get a free gift. They say April showers bring spring May flowers. So we've got an umbrella we're offering as a free gift now.
Yes.
We're also offering consumer loans. That's something that we're back in the market of now. We offer competitive rates. We have an online application for that. We offer loans from $2,000 to $15,000. And again, our small business program continues to grow with Lindy Breeden. If you have an interest in a small business loan, don't hesitate to reach out to Lindy Breeden. He and Zach Reuter will be happy to help you out and figure out what you need and work with you to get that loan for you. Insurance services. Time of the year when insurance comes due sometimes. You can get a quote from us by calling 833-331-0020 or going to our First Federal Banking insuranceaisle.com website. You can get to that through our homepage. There's some links on there, so if you have insurance interests or needs, don't hesitate to check First Federal Savings Bank out. Also, with the stock market going up, if you're not in that and you have a 401k, if you're retired recently, talk to Mark Blueball or Brian Bell from our Financial Services Department for more information on your retirement planning with your 401k, IRA, and other needs you may have. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to go back and see some of our past radio shows, all those are on there. You can see some things about Dick Belcher, our CEO, on there. So our YouTube page is a good thing to check out and subscribe to. As we always say, we're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest, just the best. Regarding our loan programs, borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 39927.
And that makes us legal.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Our guest today, Brian Johnson, Director of Development of Fulton County Community Foundation. A lot going on this spring with the foundation. There's always things going on. What are some of the highlights of what's happening now with the foundation?
Well, some of the things, it has been an interesting year. And one thing we're able to recently help with, kind of an exciting grant, is a new organization to our community called Intrepid Phoenix. One of the things that has happened over the past year as folks have isolated, folks dealing with some sort of addiction, substance abuse, things like that have been isolated, and a lot of times being together with others can significantly help that. And so this is a new organization that helps provide some health and wellness benefits. We were able to grant $7,200 to this organization, again, new to our community. They've been able to partner with Ace Fitness here in Rochester and be able to provide health club memberships for their members. So the idea is that you have somebody that's dealing with substance abuse, give them something positive to be able to participate in. All the time they're getting healthy. So this organization provides things like health coaching. So if you say, hey, I need some motivation, or I need to know how to do this. I've never been a part of an exercise program, or I want to get healthy while I'm recovering. This organization provides some support as far as not only the memberships, but also some interaction at the personal level through the organization. Some encouragement, saying, hey, are you staying on track? How can we help? Things like that. And it's really neat once you give somebody something positive like that to focus on. You're not only helping physical fitness, you're also helping the mental fitness and getting back to making sure you stay on that road to recovery. So it's a really neat program, something new. It's really, we've seen a lot of focus on addiction recovery, and we have organizations like Celebrate Recovery, now a new Recovery Cafe, and Intrepid Phoenix. So it's really neat to see these partnerships that are developing between these organizations and helping provide those services to folks that are looking to make that positive change.
And that's great. Thank you for the Community Foundation to offer support to those. You know, the Intrepid Phoenix we talked about a few minutes before the show started was a locally run organization with some individuals that are trying to meet some needs, help keep people healthy and keep them in their programs.
Yeah, and it's neat to see how there's a bunch of different options for folks, and really getting somebody involved, giving them something to focus on. The founder of this organization himself is successfully in recovery for I think he said over 5 years, and so he has a passion for this and helping others to do the same, and a really neat way for him. And he talks about how that exercise goal, it makes him feel good. It gives him something to focus on positive and help him not have to be necessarily around those temptations, and really helps him, not only himself, but help others. So
that's great. The foundation is supporting that, and if our listeners want to know more about that, there's an article in the Rochester Sentinel today.
There is, yeah. Or there's information on our website or Facebook page about how you can either make contact with us or with the Intrepid Phoenix organization as well. So I'd encourage folks, if that's something you're interested in and could use those services, check it out.
Well, that's one of the many things the foundation does to support our community. Yeah. I know right now you're going through the scholarship evaluation time, and there'll be awards to the recipients coming out new soon, and the next round starts in May and June. So if you're a high school student thinking about that for planning for the future next year even, May and June is the time to check out the foundation and the numerous scholarships that are offered.
And we also have some scholarships for what we would call non-traditional students, so maybe folks that are working in the community and maybe need some extra education, or going back to school for a graduate level degree. We have some scholarships available for those folks as well.
So those are kind of two diverse topics we've talked about. What our local community foundation does. They do lots of other things. What are some other spring activities or early summer things?
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that I never thought I would ever say is last year and this year the community foundation bought cows.
They're not like on the lot or in the building.
No, we don't have them at the office.
Okay.
We don't have room, and the fence isn't that great there. That was just one of the things that kind of came up over the last year when we were working with food pantries, and they're saying, hey, we've got box meals that we can hand out, but we don't have any ground meat. So we can hand somebody a box of Hamburger Helper, but without hamburger, it's not much. So that was one of the unique ways, and we partnered with a lot of organizations. I know last June we did a radiothon with the radio station. Thank you, Paul, and everybody here at WROI for that support. Helped provide some funds to help purchase those steers. Hoosiers Feeding the Hungry partnered with us to help process that. All of our local food pantries, we have 6 great local food pantries in Fulton County, partnered with us to get that distribution process happening, and thank you to organizations like First Federal Savings Bank. You guys helped us purchase one of the steers last year that was distributed, but just kind of an example of how we did things differently, but we still were able to provide for those needs. So it's neat to see how some of those collaborations happened throughout the last year. It's not that we couldn't do it, we just had to do it in a different way than we've done it before.
So that's good news. There's always a great partnership between the Community Foundation and a lot of organizations in the community.
Yes.
You know, Giant FM here, the bank. There's lots of people supporting some things the foundation does and what their groups do. If people want to learn more, the foundation website is great.
Yeah.
We talked about 3 things here. There's many things that are greater going on in our community?
Yeah, you can check us out online, nicf.org. One thing we're doing, if you're interested, particular some of the things that we supported with the funds that we raised on the Radiothon, we have a newsletter article on our website, and you can actually sign up for our quarterly newsletter, and we'll be sending out updates as we get through the year. But there's some information about how those funds were spent on the website. Also, Facebook is another good resource. Northern Indiana Community Foundation deals with all 3 counties, Fulton, Miami, and Stark counties, that the Community Foundation serves.
So is your office open now? Or
it is.
So you can stop by and visit and learn more?
Folks can stop by. You can give us a call always, 224-3223. Our office is open, 227 East 9th Street, just a couple doors down from the bank. We do ask at this point that folks wear masks when they come in, and we do have provisions in place for social distancing and safety, but if folks are interested, our office is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
And you have a great team of people there that are willing to help out. And we've been talking with Brian Johnson, Director of Development for the Fulton County Community Foundation. Thank you for your time this morning. Anything you want to close with today?
I just want to say thank you to everybody who has helped. I mean, it's been very encouraging over the past year to see folks that are willing to donate their time, they're willing to donate their talent, they're willing to sit in a group meeting on Zoom and say, we've never done this before, but we're going to figure out how to do it. And especially thank you to the donors who have made these things possible. It's great to see how all of those things work together to serve needs in our community, even when we go into a project not knowing how to do it. But it's the resilience of our community, the generosity of our community has really been shown over the last year, and it's been quite frankly awesome to see that collaboration and generosity happen.
And the creativeness and open-mindedness of the foundation and their board. It's always like, well, that's new. Like, why not?
We don't know if it'll work. We'll try.
Well, thank you, Brian. Brian Johnson, Director of Development from the Fulton County Community Foundation. We'll give you a chance to answer this question, too. The NCAA March Madness Tournament question. Which team has been in the NCAA tournament but not been in the Final Four? Is it Tennessee, Missouri, Brigham Young, Alabama?
You get to go first.
I'm going to have to guess Missouri.
Missouri Tigers, Mizzou.
I'll go Alabama.
Alabama. That's good. SEC. Both now SEC teams. Both of those are wrong. You want to try another choice?
I don't know. C?
C being Brigham Young?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because Tennessee would be the...
Yeah, you're both right. Good job. Second chances always work out, right?
Well, there was only one other option.
Right.
So we'll close with words of wisdom. Thank you, Moose, for today, and thank you, Brian, for being our guest. Want to wish everybody a happy Easter weekend. Get out and enjoy that. Put social distance, wear your mask, wash hands. Words of wisdom. We have all the light we need. We just need to put it in practice. That's from Albert Pike, an American lawyer. Thank you, Moose.
Thank you. We'll see you guys again next week.
Great.
On WROI.